Hello, Oswego City School District. For those of you who may not know me as of yet, my name is Dr. Mathis Kelvin, and I have the privilege of being the Superintendent of Schools for Oswego City School District. It is my hope that all of you, our students, our staff, our parents, and community members, are doing well. As many of you are aware, in the near future, the district is looking to bring our secondary students back to school for in-person instruction. The first group of secondary students that we are now preparing for is our middle school students. In preparation for this, approximately 30 district stakeholders, which include parents and teachers, support staff, administrators, and students, have been diligently planning and working on our reopening plan for the middle school. During these planning sessions, staff have been discussing health and safety procedures, school routines, transportation to and from school, and scheduling options. Please know that as we are planning, the district has 3 key goals that we are keeping at the forefront of our planning efforts. Goal number 1, we will ensure the health and safety of our students. The health and safety of students and staff is most important. Accordingly, all of our plans will involve an in-depth look at how we will keep students and staff safe during this pandemic. Goal number 2, we will ensure that our students receive a high-quality educational program. As educators, our goal is to ensure that our students get a great education that is balanced between meeting the academic and the social and emotional needs of our students. And goal number 3, we will work to assist our students as they return to school with a sense of normalcy. Although we are facing challenging times, it's clear to us that our students need a sense of normalcy. As a district, we are going to work very hard to help our students with recapturing and restoring some of what has been lost due to this pandemic. Now, as we move forward over the next month or so, we will continue to provide more information to our community about this reopening. And to assist us today with more information is Middle School Principal Mary Beth Farrell. Ms. Farrell, in just a couple moments, will provide more details about our reopening. Well, that's all that I have today. And I want to thank you all, our learning community members, for your time, for your patience, and for your efforts. We'll see you all very soon, and I want to wish you all a very great day. Have a great day, Buccaneers. Thank you.
Hi, Oswego Middle School parents, guardians, and students. I'm Mrs. Fierro, and I'm your principal. I'm here today with your 2 assistant principals who will be introducing themselves in a minute. We are excited about the opportunity to bring your students back on February 22nd to the Oswego Middle School. For those of you who have selected hybrid learning, your child will be coming to school in person either on Monday and Tuesday or Thursday and Friday. For those of you who have selected virtual learning, nothing will change and your child will be on class all day long from 8 to 12:30. Parents and guardians, please know that we have spent the last few weeks and months preparing a reopening plan that guarantees the safety of your child as they re-enter the Oswego Middle School. If you ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out to me directly at 341-2300 or my email mfierro, F-I-E-R-R-O, and the number 2 at oswego.org. We look forward to seeing everyone on February 22nd. Take care, and we'll see you then.
Hello everyone, I'm Ms. Spalding and this is Mrs. Osetic, and we are proud to be the assistant principals of Oswego Middle School.
We are looking forward to welcoming students back into school for a hybrid model of learning the week of February 22nd.
Students, when you return to the building, things are going to look a little bit different. We want to make sure you understand that this is for the safety and well-being of all people in the Oswego Middle School community.
Let's take a look at this video to see what it looks like to be safe when we return to school.
Thank you, Dr. Calvin, Mrs. Fierro, Ms. Spalding, and Mrs. Osetic for your introductions. My name is Mr. McCroby. Mr. Bach and myself took some time to make this video, and you'll be hearing my voice throughout, so here's a face to the voice. And there's some important things about the reopening that I just wanted to take a minute to point out before we get into a lot of detailed items. So let's take a look at the schedule, starting with the 22nd. So it's very important to note that we are running a pilot this week. So Monday, February 22nd, we will be bringing our cohort 1 7th graders to school. Then on Tuesday, February 23rd, we will be bringing cohort 1 8th graders to school. So if you are not coming on Monday or Tuesday, then that means you're virtual or cohort 2, and you will be on your Google Meet just as you have been all school year up until this point. Then on Thursday, February 25th, we are going to look at cohort 2 and bring in our 7th graders for cohort 2. Then on Friday, the 26th, we're bringing in the 8th graders for cohort 2. And again, all students, if you don't see your grade and your cohort for a specific date on the slide shown, then that means you are learning virtually that day. Okay, so now, parents, this is probably new if you're a 7th grade parent, but this is what the middle school looks like from above. So you'll see there's a blue line showing a traffic pattern for where you're going to drive to drop your children off at school. So it's right around this area here, okay? And what you're going to do is pull all the way around, and there will be someone ready to take the temperature of your child. As long as their temperature comes back okay, they may exit the vehicle and they will enter the 8th grade entrance or 7th grade entrance, depending on what grade they're in, and you'll see that coming up. So when they get into the building, obviously they've already packed their bags. So some important things for you to have as a student in order to have the best possible learning experience. A water bottle if you need it, because the water fountains are shut off for sanitary reasons, but we have water bottle filling stations where you could fill up a water bottle. You also should have a backpack, and inside of that would be your Chromebook, very important, you bring that every day. Hand sanitizer, if that is something that you would like to bring to school and use for yourself, a personal size one. A jacket for those colder temperature days. A pair of earbuds or headphones in case any of your instructors are asking you to watch a video, even if you are in person, you're going to want that to limit disruptions for other students. A pencil and a notebook in case you need to write anything down, and of course, your mask, which should meet the requirements set forth by Mrs. Fierro and the Oswego City School District. We're very excited about having students come back into the building, and we look forward to seeing you starting the week of the 22nd if you chose the hybrid model of learning. Now we're going to get into some detailed information about certain aspects of the opening or the reopening of the Oswego Middle School. One thing that hasn't been mentioned yet is the health screening form that needs to be completed before students arrive to school every single day. This can be found at oswego.org, and when you click on the link, you'll be brought to a different page. Please read carefully and answer the questions accurately. The date is extremely important, and it has to be done by 7 o'clock in the morning. If this form is not complete, it will need to be complete before your child is allowed to go to their first class. Now, your form is done. Time to get on the bus or get a ride to school or walk. So the bus stop. We've been doing this a while now, but now we've got to keep 6 feet apart or more to be safe and to protect everyone around us. At that point, it's very similar. You just wait for the bus to come pick you up, and once the bus arrives, we need to follow the safety procedures that we always do when we get on the bus. A driver or monitor will give you instructions for getting on the bus and taking your temperature before finding a seat.
Hi, we're going to take your temperature today. Would you put your hand in front of that dot?
Once your temperature has been taken, you are going to find a seat closest to the window because that provides the most space between you and the person next to you. If you share a house, you can share a seat. That is perfectly fine.
Okay, 7th graders only. Can we social distance off the bus? Slowly, thank you.
Once we arrive to school, you'll be called off your buses by grade level, and you will enter either the 7th grade entrance, which is the main entrance of the building, up the stairs, take a right, and you're on your way to success. 8th graders, you know the drill, and if you don't, ask someone who does. But you're going to go down the ramp and enter the doors down there. Students who get a ride to school, you're going to come around the west side of the building. The vehicles will pull around, and you will see an individual there to take temperatures. Once your vehicle has stopped and the window is rolled down, your temperature will be taken. As long as the student's temperature is within acceptable range, they will be allowed to exit the vehicle. Then they will find either the 7th or 8th grade entrance, depending on their grade level. Also, this map may look similar to the one I showed you before, but this is the overhead view of the middle school, and the west side is over to the left. Walkers, however, are going to the east side of the building, which is near the tennis courts. You are going to walk along the black line until you get to the temperature taker in the gymnasium. You will get scanned, and if your temperature is all right, you will head to the door. The hallways are marked very clearly. Stay to the right and stay 6 feet apart. The check-in table provides us an opportunity to verify the health screening form has been completed and also provides students with a breakfast if they need one. Once that we have verified the health screening form is complete and they have their breakfast, they are on their way to their classes. Alrighty, now that we're signed in, we're in the hallways and we're heading to our first period class. The hallways are marked clearly for social distancing. Please pay attention to the dots and the lines. When you enter your classroom, you are going to find that there are empty desks. Your teachers will all have an assigned seat for you in a desk. So it is your job to work with your teacher in each class to find your assigned seat. Once you got it, go ahead and sit down in it. Once you're seated, you may choose to wipe your desk with a hand wipe before the start of class. This applies for every class. Once you are done wiping down your desk, it's time to unpack and get ready for that period. So you got your Chromebook, you've got a notebook, pen, pencil, planner, anything else you brought with you to school, hang your bag up, and now you're good to go. You could also bring in hand sanitizer if you would like. That hand sanitizer should probably be a travel size for convenience. You can use it while you're seated at your desk, before lunch, etc. Now, for in-person learning, you are going to see students on Chromebooks still, and they're going to be facing hopefully the same direction. And if a student happens to forget a Chromebook, like the individual pictured here, you can request one, and Ms. Spalding will work with you to get one at school. Now, mask breaks and other things in the classroom. So to get a mask break, you just have to raise your hand and point. Your teacher will recognize that. She will look, and they will tell you that, yes, you can take your mask off, and it's important to remain facing forward because other students have their masks on still. So while that's happening, instruction will still be occurring. After your mask break is over, minute, whatever you need so that you're comfortable within reason, you're going to put it back on. You're going to secure it tight to your nose, and then you're good to go. If you need to leave the room for any reason, we have a classroom sign-out sheet located near each door. You will sign out and then sign back in when you return. At the end of class, you'll pack your things up into your bag. If you would like to wipe your desk down again, you may grab a wipe, stand up, put your backpack on, grab your jacket, and then if you'd like to wipe down your desk, you can. It's important, students, that you remember when you're leaving the classroom, you still need to abide by the 6 foot of social distancing. Therefore, make sure you're going carefully and working cooperatively with your peers. Back in the hallway, you are still distance apart. You're following those arrows and those dots, and you're doing a great job being safe. Now it's everybody's favorite time. It's lunchtime. So lunchtime meals will be delivered to each classroom. Students will be seated at their desks still, facing the same direction they were for class. And if they need a lunch, it will be given to them. They will hand sanitize before they eat for safety. If they brought a lunch, they can sit and wait, take off their masks, and now lunch is beginning. Everyone's eating. Okay, end of lunch. Time for us to throw things in the garbage. And again, hand sanitize before returning to the classroom. For dismissal, at the end of the day, our dismissal procedure will be announced on the PA. This is the 8th grade entrance down below at the bottom of the ramp. 7th graders will be entering and exiting through the main entrance. And as I stated previously, there will be announcements on the PA system for dismissal procedure. Please listen carefully, students, so that everyone remains safe. And lastly, thank you for coming, but remember, Period 8 students, if you have a class, it starts at 1:50 and that is virtual. Thank you so much for coming back. We are so excited to have students back in the building. Remember to be safe and be kind, and have a great day. Before you go, students, very important, there are 3 things we'd like you to really focus on. Wearing your mask in class and in the hall, staying 6 feet apart at all times, and washing or sanitizing your hands.